back, everyone, to another episode of The Adventures of FoxFoil. Today, I am super excited because we are going to be building a farm for one of my favorite blocks, the prismarine blocks, and that means it is going to be time to build a guardian farm. Since the last episode, I've been going through our storage room and putting in all of the different types of blocks, as well as adding some useful features. In the central room, I put in each of these corners a crafting bench, a stone cutter, a smithing table, and an ender chest, just to make it easy to be able to access those. And then I've been adding in signs for the different types of blocks. So you can see over here, we've got our blackstone blocks. Over there, we've got dirt and grass. This room is going to have cobbled deep slate. And then over here, we have our regular stone. And then this corner has all of the individual items that we can farm. So we've got like food items, we've got growing plants items over here. We've got our mob drops here, and then we have items that we collect from being out and exploring the world. This storage room is going to be really useful to have, and there will be plenty of room for everything that we will need as we work on different projects. For today's project, there are going to be a few things that we need to do before we can actually get started building the farm. The first thing that we need to do is get all of my tools repaired because after the last project, a lot of them were low on durability. The next thing that we need to do is get a few items together before we take on the ocean monument. So we're going to get this conduit, and then we are going to get these prismarine blocks. And let's see, what else do we need? I think our supplies shulker box has everything else that we need. So we've got milk in case we need to get rid of any effects. We have 2 beacons and enough blocks for those beacons. That should just about do it. Now it's time to head out and see if we can find an ocean monument. I found an ocean monument that I think is in a pretty good location for the build that I want to do. And the good thing is, it's not too far from the area where the rest of our farms are. So if we want to use it, we won't have too far to go. So what I want to do is get the conduit set up, and then that way I can go in and take care of the elder guardians and make it ready be able to build the farm. The tricky part will be getting close enough to build the conduit so that it will have the effect throughout the entire ocean monument, but not die while I'm building it, because that could be a problem. I've been able to get the framework built up, and now I just need to place in the conduit, and I think what I'm going to try to do is place it on top of the kelp blocks, so that way it is not the right spot. No. Now I can't break it. Okay, this is why I brought the milk. Going to have to drink the milk really quick and then see if I can break the conduit. Please, please. There we go. Oh, phew, that was quick. All right, now one here and then the conduit on top, and we've got the effects. This is the first time I've used a conduit while taking on an ocean monument, and I think this is working out really well. I just gotta try to take out this elder guardian here. Come on now. Come on. Don't shoot me. No. Ouch. Ooh, that hurt. Ugh. I could die out here. That would be bad. Because I forgot to set my respawn point close enough to be able to not have to travel very far. All right. It should be one more. Pretty close. Ah, there we go. All right. 1 down. 2 to go. Ooh, a sponge room. This will be good. And we are on the final one. Let's get him. Let's get him before he gets us. There we are. Perfect. And we've got another sponge. So now this thing is clear, and look at that. I drank the milk in order to break through here, so the mining fatigue didn't have a chance to reactivate in between. I was also able to get a tied armor trim from one of the elder guardians, so that's also a nice little bonus. And a second sponge room. Even better. One interesting thing about this ocean monument is that it appears to be on top of a copper vein, which you can tell because there's that copper ore block. And then we've got the granite and the copper here. So that could be something that will be useful to come back to. Now that we have the ocean monument cleared of the elder guardians, it's time to get all of the supplies together to be able to build the farm. Maybe I should have gotten all of the supplies together before I went and cleared the elder guardians. Oh well. Fortunately, I think we have just about everything already collected, so it's just a matter of getting it out of the storage system and into some shulker boxes. While I gather up the resources, I did want to talk to you a little bit about the guardian farm that we are going to be building today. There are several different designs available to be able to build a guardian farm, and the one that we are going to be doing is based on one by Logical Geek Boy, and a link to his video is in the description down below where he provides a tutorial to explain how to do it. The good thing about his design is that it doesn't require draining out all of the water around the ocean monument which could take a really long time. I've also included a link to a video where you can find a tutorial on how to build a Guardian farm on the Bedrock edition, if that is what you play on. It's much easier to gather up all of the materials when most of them have already been collected and it's just a matter of moving them out of the chest. I did end up having to do a little bit of trading to get the rest of the quartz blocks, but I think now we are ready to get started with the building. Except that there's one more thing that we need, and that is a bunch of invisibility potions. Having the invisibility potions will help us to be able to build the Guardian farm without getting attacked by all of the Guardians as we are doing it. And with 21 of these potions that will last 8 minutes, we've got just under 3 hours worth of invisibility potion, which should be enough to get the farm built. I think now we are ready. Let's get started with the building. Timelapse probably looked a little funny with me being invisible, but we have the technical part of the farm all completed. The next thing that we need to do is let the farm run for a little while so that we can get a few blocks that we're going to use for the build that we're going to put around the farm. I also have the start of a storage system here that will filter through the items and have them all ready to go so that we'll be able to see them right when we need them. I am now up on the platform and we are going to let the farm run for a few hours and let's see how much we are able to collect. I let the farm go for about 4 hours and we ended up with lots of items. I mean, look at all of the ones that we have here. We've also got all of these and we ended up with a bunch of ink sacs, which is going to be really good for future projects. But now I need to go through and turn all of these items into blocks so that we can get the build that's going to go around this farm completed. I've crafted up all of the blocks that we are going to need here and we should be ready now to get started with the building. So let's go ahead and start the time lapse. We have the building all finished up to go around our Guardian farm, and it is looking very nice. I did have a little bit of trouble as I was building this because I built the foundations one block in the wrong direction. So I had to tear them all down and rebuild them so that they'd be in the correct spot to fit around the Guardian farm. Wait a minute. This isn't supposed to happen. You shouldn't be up here. Oh, ouch. Ouch. Oh no. Trouble, get back. Okay. Wow. That's not going to be good. I think other than that minor little distraction, everything is working very well over here, and this farm is going to be super useful to have. I have been waiting so long to have access to the prismarine blocks, and so getting this farm up and running is going to be super useful, especially because I've got some build ideas that I want to use them for. But I think that's where we are going to leave it for today's episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And until next time, see ya later.